but the message still is the same. Because whatever you need, it's over here at the table. If it's love, it's at the table. If it's peace, it's at the table. Come on.
Welcome to At the Table with Gail. I am Gail Dudley. So excited to bring you today's devotional. I've been watching Shark Tank over the last several days. There's a what they call a marathon that is continuing to run, and it shows all of these different clips, all these episodes of Shark Tank. Well, the other night I decided to pay particular attention to the questions that were being asked of those who were displaying their business and their requests. They normally ask for several $100,000 as well as a percentage, a stake in the business. On last evening, this particular gentleman, he was a young guy. He had this outstanding business, and I noticed that he kept talking. He just kept on talking, and they were trying to get his attention to tell him to just be quiet. I'm sitting there and I'm beginning to yell back to the television set saying, "Will you please stop talking?" And he just kept talking and talking and talking till finally he said that he could live off of six figures. At that point, all the sharks threw up their hands and said, "We're out." I started to think about this and realized that for so many people in today's society, we talk too much. So I'm reminded in the passage of Genesis, chapter 3, we're talking about the woman here that was in the garden. And verse 1 says, "Now the serpent was more crafty than any of the wild animals the Lord God had made. He said to the woman, 'Did God really say you must not eat from the tree in the garden?' The woman said to the serpent, 'We may eat fruit from the tree in the garden, but God did say you must not eat fruit from the tree that is in the middle of the garden. You must not touch it or you will die.' Verse 4, 'You will not surely die,' the serpent said to the woman." I want to stop right there. When the serpent proceeded to ask the woman a question, she did right by saying in the beginning of that passage, she says, the woman said to the serpent, "We must eat fruit from the tree in the garden." When she went on to say, "But God did say," that's where she messed up. And I think for so many of us, we just want to prove ourselves. We just want to talk. We want everyone to know everything that we're doing and that we're so knowledgeable that God is saying to us, just be still, just be quiet. Well, earlier today, I was watching Judge Judy, and this woman was winning her case. She was winning, but she kept talking. Judge Judy gave several gestures as to say, "Stop it," but the woman kept talking. I was sitting there saying, "Will you please be quiet? You won, you won, you won." So many of us, we must get to the place where we stop talking. Just be quiet. I have a favorite saying, and many people know that when I'm in a situation and my back may be up against the wall, I'll just kindly say, "Now that's interesting." And people are waiting for something else from me, but I have nothing else to say because that's all you're going to get from me is for me to say, "Now that's interesting," which says I can be one way or the other, but I'm not giving all my information to you at this point. Why? Because I'm still listening to the conversation. I'm still listening to what is being said. Women and men of God, it's time for us to listen before we continue to run our mouths. We can learn so much just by being still, just by being quiet and waiting on the Lord. One day I may find myself on Shark Tank because I think it's a very interesting concept just to glean from the sharks that are in the tank so that I may grow and that I may learn. We love hearing from you. Please continue to send us your topics. You can email me at ged at mimtoday.org. Come join us. See what's going on our website. That is www.gaildudley.com. And we want to remind everyone to join the Ministering in Motion Let's Give movement. So many of you have responded. You can log in how much you have shared within an organization or church. On the homepage, we're not asking for your name. We're just saying log how much you have gave. You are giving to the community. Give your city and your state, and that's all. If you would like to add a comment, feel free to do so. We're saying that within the United States of America, we can give $1 million. You're not giving to me. You're not giving to At the Table with Gail. We're simply just keeping a chart. Every first newsletter of the month, you will see the chart on our homepage that will show you how much money within the USA has been raised for a nonprofit organization, a faith community, or a church. I'm happy to report that we're over $25,000, and we just launched this a couple of weeks ago, so I'm so excited. Please join us on Monday Morning Joy, our blog talk radio. You can find that information on the website as well. You be blessed, and remember, take time to listen. Just sit back, close your mouth just for a few moments. You will learn so much more. I love you. God bless you, and make this the best week ever. At the table.